do think she needs to have some pretty focused release of energy. She gets antsy unless she gets that. This is a good opportunity. This weekend I was home with my little one Lillian, and I couldn't go out and take her for a 30-minute walk, which I like to normally do because it's kind of crappy weather. And so I put her on lead and I heeled her back and forth in the kitchen and had a really nice session with her. And Lillian kind of laughed and said, "Dad, you're training her right here?" I said, "Yeah, might as well." So we did heel work for 10 minutes or less, and we worked really hard on turns into her. So I'm gonna show you her footwork here. And she's got to settle in because she's really antsy. Look how far out she was in front of me there. So we were turning into her, and her footwork was really, really good. Now we only went about 5 or 6 steps in the house, and then we'd turn, and there's those nice little feet. See how her backing is a little bit better? She's not so out of position with her bend of her body. She's starting to like figure out how to walk backwards basically. And the bend part used to be like this because she'd always want to bring her front shoulder first, which would cause her butt to bend out. So her bend would be this way. Her butt would go out, and it was awkward for her. But now you can see we're getting her to bend instead of this way when I turn. No. We're going to start getting her to bend this way, which means her butt is going to curl around. She's getting there. So we worked on that this weekend. The point of that was, after just a few minutes of it, and she's out of position there, good. She was tired. She rested really nice the rest of the day. So I was thinking about it here as she was so loud and antsy here this morning, whining. She almost seems uncomfortable. And so I looked at the calendar. She's 17 weeks. It was 17 weeks yesterday. She's in great position. I love how I feel her bump my boot a little bit. And at 17 weeks, usually between 4 and 6 months, they start teething. She was at the vet last week, and we didn't see any teething, but we were kind of on the lookout for it. And I noticed here today, on her bottom, she lost one. Her gum's a little red, a little pink. You can see it's sensitive. So is she whining because she's antsy? Yes, partly. Is she probably a little uncomfortable? She probably has a little toothache? Yeah, probably. So my point is, instead of being frustrated with the dog, and look how nice that turn was. Instead of being frustrated with the dog because she just won't settle down, well, look a little deeper, because the little dog's losing her teeth right now and it probably hurts. So we're going to be real cautious with retrieving. She's out a little too far. We're going to be real cautious with retrieving. We're not going to do any retrieving when she's teething. I don't want her to get in the habit of not wanting to pick something up because her mouth hurts, spitting stuff out, laying down, chewing on it. Those are all things that I think the dogs do a lot when they're teething. Keep moving, girl, keep moving. So now I'm surprised she's going, "What the hell? I already turned." Nope. Keep turning. Get in position. Turn. Or you're going to get stepped on. Good. Nope. Good. So as we turn in, I almost get dizzy doing it. As we turn in, we were turning once and she got pretty good at it. And so now as I turn more and more, you see how she stands up on her feet. She gets out of position. It's uncomfortable for her. I think part of it is she doesn't want to turn anymore. So she decides, I'm going to try something different. She's pushing back a little bit. And I don't lose my cool with it. I readjust the lead and I just keep moving with her. So now she's going to start to understand it's not just a maneuver of turn and go. There, she's out of position in the first place. That was a rough turn there, so let's start that over. It's not just a position of turn and go like it had been, and that one wasn't very good either. There's a nice one. She started nice. Nope. Good. She finally looked at me there, and her feet were a lot better. Good. Nice little thinking movement there for her. She was thinking. She made nice movement. She's slower, not out of position. Good, good. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Good. She gets back, and now I go, no, we're going to keep going. Good, good. Keep going, keep going. Good, good. Look at her eyes. Good, good. There. Very good. Now, the reason I finished that last turn out and stopped was that was 3 times in a row. And prior to that, that second or third time is when she would rear up on her back and decide, I don't want to do it anymore. And she tried it and to see if it worked. And I didn't give up. I just repositioned her, kept going, and it was clumsy, awkward, and it didn't look very good. That time, on the second time she looked, on the third time she really looked at me, and she just kept going and kept going. She's telling me right there, I guess I'll keep going. She tried stopping me before, and so my point with this is if you're doing something with the dog and they decide they're going to see if they can stop it, and because of that change, it throws you off, screws you up, and you stop, they just learned that's how I stop. I jump up on my feet and I decide I'm going to quit. So we can't let them win those battles. No, ma'am. Way too far out there. Good. Thank you. Good. When she's in position, I'll tell her she's good. When she's out of position, she's going to know she's out of position. That one was way too far out of position. And it was her something over here. I don't know if that was a bird or something she was after, but she was paying attention that way when I walked away before. So as soon as we turned, she decides, I'm going to go over there. No. And you saw that was a firm correction. Didn't hurt her, but it was firm enough for her to realize, I'll probably move at your pace. Good. And I can tell that she takes that correction because her tail doesn't cower, she doesn't dig her feet in, she doesn't quit on me. A couple weeks ago, I couldn't look at her the wrong way and she'd quit. Good. So they gotta understand when they're doing it right and when they're doing it wrong, and then you act accordingly. Good. Good. There's a nice turn. Good. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Good. Keep going. Good. That's a good dog. That's a good dog. That's the right position. Heel is starting to make sense as far as the position with her. She knows where she should be. She doesn't know that the word means it yet. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Good. So I can start putting that word in there too. Heel. Good. I don't stop, but I slow down when she wants to go too far. She's out of position, I'm going to turn. Good. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. That's good. Heel. This is another thing I started doing with her that you don't necessarily see it all the time. So what I just did with this lead, slide it behind you. And so if I were to walk up to the house right now, I'd walk it with it back here because I'm going to go for a ways. Logan, you want to move with us, you can. I'm going to walk for a ways. I'm going to go past Ben. And you see when she gets out too far, it's an automatic correction. So she's doing great right now. But right there, she hears you, she hangs up. She's going to feel this if she gets out too far. So it's a really easy way to get that dog when you're not paying close attention, to get that dog, and I'm going to turn. So I'm going to put it back in front, turn into her. I'm going to put it back behind, and we're going to go for a little bit of a longer walk here. Good. Come on. Come on. Don't worry about him. This is great training for her. Come on. Good. But every time she gets past my knee, she corrects herself. And she'll get to the point where she goes, if I just hang back a little, I don't get this little nagging bump on my neck. So we'll walk her like this when I'm not paying that close of attention because it's just constantly checking her. Now you got to be careful she doesn't go around the other side of us. But what I'm happiest about right now is the movement that we're getting with Logan. There, she's finding a sweet little spot there. Nope. 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 Good. Look out, look out. Your toes are gonna get stepped on. Look out, look out. Good, look out. Good, good, good girl. Real nice little finish. Tail's wagging, Logan's moving. Dog's doing really well. Nope. Almost got a correction there on her. Good, good turn. Good, good. And I'm getting, I don't typically bend down. We'll move a little closer to Ben over there. I typically don't bend down and pet them as often. I do it with her because it doesn't seem to boil her over. And looking, down the road here, now she's getting a little too far out there as I slow down, so I'm going to correct that one. I missed it the first time, that's why I didn't do that. The second time I corrected it, so I told you I'm going to slow down a little bit. She got out there, but by the time I recognized it, it was too late to correct her and get any value out of that. So I did it again, slowed down, she drifted out, and I popped her, and now look at her position now. Good. So one thing with her that I'm anticipating and thinking about starting to work on is this steadiness of stand still. And I want to be able to touch her. I want to be able to come in and touch her without her getting panicky, without her getting super excited, without her what I call boiling over. Here comes a car by us. Good. Wow, that wasn't so bad. Heel. Good. And see, tails up. Good. That's it. Come on. Good. And so I'm getting into this position of her stopping and me being able to touch her without her moving around, getting too excited, boiling over. I don't want that. It's going to help me, I think, move into this next thing that I'm going to start working with her, which is like a stay. I'm not having her sit necessarily, but it's going to be like a remote stay or a remote sit with my old dogs. Now it's a stay. So I'm going to swing out in front. So here's the beauty of this. She's memorized this move of mine. When he turns into me, I better move. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give her a command of just easy, easy. I'm going to move away from her. Easy right there. Easy. Ah. Easy. Good. Good. I'm going to circle. Right there. I want you to stay right there. Good. And she's probably a little confused right now because she goes, yeah, but you got that leash on me. And every time I have that leash on you, I want to get close to you. I want to be in that spot. So we're going to have to think on this a little bit. But what I want to have her be able to do is stop. I want to be able to take a step away from her. Easy. Good. Easy. Good. I want to be able to circle back. Ah! Good. Easy. Easy. Good. Right there. Right there. Good. And we're going to teach this little stay command here. On her feet. Heel. So I'm looking at a couple different ways of doing it, but we're just going to experiment with it a little bit. No, you're out of position. Because on lead, the habit needs to be get in position. Good. Good. Heel. Truck just pulled in. She noticed it right away. Didn't shut down. Really good. Good girl. So this session has been a success. I'm going to go a few more minutes because I feel like normally I'd end it. And I'm going to push past that a little bit. Come on. Good. Easy. Good. 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 Good girl. Easy. Good. Good. Right there. You're fine. You're fine. Good. Good dog. And we're gonna be done. She's cold. It's in the 30s. but it's real damp today, so it does feel a lot colder. Good. You can see she's pretty excited. Like, this is a good session for her. Good. Good. Put that behind my leg again. Let her correct herself a few times. Good. Good. And now we're going to put her up. So, good session. More heel work, more heel work, more heel work. Good use of exercise for her, mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. Things are going good. We're just going to take a little pause on retrieving with her for right now. See how those teeth come in. Let me give you a little look here inside at her mouth. It's on her bottom. Let's see if we can do this. She's missing the tooth here on the bottom. Let me take this off. Nope. Nope. So we're not going to panic. I'm not going to get her excited about bolting off on me. Come here. Come here. Come on. Let's take a look here. There's the first tooth missing right there. So right next to the canine. Come here. On the bottom. So she's got some sore gums. And so we're just not going to set her up to be uncomfortable. And we're going to remember that she's probably pretty uncomfortable right now. So when I say we're not going to set her up to be uncomfortable with, I mean with retrieving. We're not going to ask her to go pick stuff up. We're not going to ask her to, like, I think dogs have different symptoms. When they're teething, they can be whiny. They can be anxious. They can want to chew on stuff. They can want to not pick up stuff because their mouth hurts. I don't give them chews. I don't give them toys. I don't give them stuff that promotes the idea of chewing as a habit. If it gets really bad, I may give them an ice cube. I think it helps numb it up a little bit. It gives them that release of stress. They gum it a little bit. But I just don't think the ice cube can be mistaken for anything that I don't want them chewing on. So I'm not going to give them something that could look like a training dummy. I'm not going to give them something that looks like a pair of shoes in the house, because I don't want them to be conditioned to, come on, I don't want them to be conditioned to the idea of this is acceptable behavior. I think I chew my fingernails. I'm 42 years old and I chew my fingernails. I started before I remember. I wish I didn't. And it's such a tough thing for me to not do right now. I'll never not do it. I'm sure that. I've gotten better at it, but here's another truck leaving, so this is good. Nope. Again, we're extending this lesson longer than we normally would. I think at times you have to do that. At times you got to be real conscious of get something good out of the session and end it when you can. At other times when things, I thought today's heel work, I thought was really good. So we're going a little longer with it for her to understand that it's not just a super short lesson. We're also adding in some vehicles, and then we're going to go, okay, now let's heel. Come on. And I want to watch that tail. Good. And turn when that truck's going away and let her slow down. Good. And let that truck rumble off and sound like it's growling at her a little bit. Good. You're fine. Good. And now just let her be, well, it's okay. We kind of reset. We moved a little bit. I can still hear it. Good. And now I'm going to ask her to do something more. Máquina. Máquina, heel. Good. So heel is getting good enough that she's actually doing it in kind of more of a stressful situation. But does she pay attention to me the way she needs to? So I'm going to keep her paying attention. She wants to pay attention to the sound of that truck, and then I'm going to turn into her, and if she doesn't pay attention, she's going to get her toes stepped on. She knows that routine. Good. Nope. A little loose there, so I helped her. A little loose there, so I helped guide her with the lead. Good. I don't want to have to do that, but that's where the lead comes in handy, because I've got it. So she goes that way, I go this way. I just bump her back in. Good. That's mechanical, and that takes practice. It takes a little bit of coordination, a little bit of understanding how to maneuver the dog, and it's a good session. We're done with it now. Good. I'll heel her back in, and I'll put her on place, or I'll put her in her kennel, and she'll think about it, and we'll gain from that. So, good session.